music that came out of Memphis, went around the world, whether it's Elvis, the blues, the Stax. There's a magic quality to the sound of the town. My kind of customer, Europeans especially, come to the city looking for the roots of the music and where the music came from. My name's Tad Peirson. I've got a tour company called American Dream Safari. Well, just man. For me, the road has always been kind of a theme that runs through my life, and I've always liked old cars. One of my personal addictions is vintage Airstream trailers. For better or worse, I think my business is an expression of my life. The kind of tour that I give, or the kind of tour company that I always wanted to establish, was a tour that really takes you into a more, authentic landscape. Instead of riding on a bus with 40 other people and someone's on a microphone and you go to the obvious places, as a traveler myself, whenever I go visit someplace, I always wanted to go visit the off the beaten path. That's where the stories are, that's where the architecture is, that's where life goes on. When I came into Memphis, in Elvis's car museum was a pink 55 Cadillac. The 55 Cadillac is key to my tours because it helps create the experience. I've had some famous people ride with me: Elvis Costello, Rufus Thomas, Bobby Rush, Pinetop Perkins, William Bell, great soul singer from Stax. Jeff Emmerich was the sound engineer for the Beatles. Sam the Sham, Bernard Lansky, of course. But one of my favorites is Wilson Pickett. He signed that in 2000 before he died. So when you're sitting in the back seat, it really helps create the atmosphere of the tour that I want to give. Pulling up in front of Sun Studio is completely, a dream come true for them, because they've never had that experience even of riding in an old 50s car, let alone, pulling up to Sun Studio. I get big Elvis fans that want to see not just Graceland, because Graceland is great and it's where the king of rock and roll lived, but it's interesting to see where he went to high school, the housing project, the neighborhood where he grew up, so you get a real sense of who the kid was. It's fun to go to the neighborhoods or where that music is part of the lifestyle. 7 nights a week down on Beale Street, you catch really good music. Great bands are down there. Out in the neighborhoods like this, there's still some real deal blues clubs or juke joints. This one's called One Block North, and they have live music on Friday nights. And the band that plays in here is Roy Cunningham, who was Carl Cunningham's brother. Carl Cunningham went down in the plane crash with Otis Redding. Leroy Hodges is the bass player. He's Teenie Hodges' younger brother. Teenie Hodges was Al Green's great collaborator. So, these are legendary musicians that are just playing for, the Tip Bucket or the Door on a Friday night. Up on the left is Royal Recording Studio. That's Willie Mitchell's recording studio. And that's where Al Green recorded all of his big hits in the 70s. It's still an active studio. Willie's probably sitting in there right now, just ready to cut a hit record. That was the Chrysler dealership. That's where Marshall Grant and Luther Perkins were working when they first met Johnny Cash. Memphis is full of those kinds of things, just little buildings where the legends walked and lived and worked. Good to see you. I want to catch up with you. We're going to collect a psychic souvenir up here. Memphis is famous for its barbecue and legendary barbecue joints around town. My favorite is the Cozy Corner, and the wind is in the perfect direction, so we can just kind of cruise by slowly, and that smoke will waft into the car, and that's what I call a psychic souvenir. That's it. Still has a lot of the atmosphere of old Memphis in it. It's a beautiful place.